Mr. Excel podcast is sponsored by Easy Excel. Learn Excel from Mr. Excel podcast, episode 1331. Pivot from many sheets. Hey, welcome back to the Mr. Excel netcast. I'm Bill Jelen from Mr. Excel. Today's question sent in by Christene. Christene wants to create a pivot table from many different worksheets. And this is possible if you happen to have worksheets that are all of a similar structure. And it's required that you have only one label going down the left-hand side, product, and then labels cities, in this case, going across the top. And as I go from Q1 to Q2, you'll notice that the number of cities doesn't have to be the same, just the fact that there are cities up there, and it doesn't even have to be the same city. So Charlotte in Q1, Cleveland in Q2, it can be a different list of cities, but the point is it has to be the same type of data across the top of the worksheet and down the left-hand side. Okay, now this pivot table is called a Model Book Consolidation Range. It was there in 2003. So few people were using it, they didn't even make it part of the Insert Pivot Table dialog box in 2007 or 2010. So you have to get back to the old 2003 dialog box. To do that, we're going to do Alt-D for data and then P for pivot table. There's the old dialog box. We're going to choose Model Book Consolidation Range, step 1. Then we're into step 2A of 3. Now choose, I'm going to create the page fields. We'll talk about page fields in a second. And then now we're going to specify our 4 ranges in this case. So I can do Control Shift down arrow, Control Shift right arrow. We'll add that and say, hey, I want one page field. And this page field is going to be called Q1 to identify that all of these records are Q1 records. Next, we're going to click the reference button and go find Q2. Again, Control Shift down, Control Shift right. We'll add that, and now the field 1 is going to be Q2. So type Q2 tab. All right, and just to make sure, you can see when we click on the first one, it's Q1. When we click on the second one, it's Q2. All right, let's go to Q3. I click the reference button, and Q3. Here we are. Control Shift down, Control Shift right. Add that one. For this one, it will be Q3 tab. All right. Next, reference button. Click on Q4. Control Shift right, Control Shift down, and add that one. Let's make sure that this one is Q4. Okay, now, I don't know why, I'm paranoid. I always go check and make sure that all of those field 1s are correct. And so that looks good. We can click Next or Finish. Next just says, hey, where are you going to put it? I always go to a new worksheet. Good enough. All right, here's what we have. These row, column, value, and page fields. Those are the 4 fields you get. Page field has the 4 quarters. And although they put it in the page field, it doesn't need to stay there at all. I could have the 4 quarters going across the column labels. And then the column labels could be going down the row labels. And finally, we could take the row labels and move those to the report filter. So now we can go in, look for one particular product, and see the sales to all of the cities that appear on any of the worksheets or any of the quarters. Row labels and column labels, I don't know how many times I hate that format. Come back here to show in tabular form. Oh geez, now we have column in page 1. That's not any better than row labels and column labels. I probably actually want to go back. Let's rename this one, the active field, to be city or market, whichever makes sense to you. Up here in page 1, active field, we'll rename that to be quarter. And then up here in the row field, that is product. Okay, so Christene, good question. It is possible to do what you wanted to do, provided your data happens to be in a very specific structure, and then you're good to go. If you have more columns, though, then you're pretty much going to have to get all of those into one worksheet. There is actually a great tip in Excel Gurus Gone Wild that shows you using VBA how to paste all that together. I'll have to see if I can find that workbook. We'll do another netcast on that someday. Hey, I want to thank everyone for stopping by. We'll see you next time for another netcast from Mr. Excel.